Welcome back, everybody. It is time for your 5 on 5. We're joined here with Susan Fischer-Maki with Allcare Health and Todd Bloomquist with the Grants Pass School District. And today we're talking about Raising Resilience campaign. Now, Susan, this is a new campaign. Tell us where the idea came from.
Well, we are just very proud that the inspiration for the Raising Resilience campaign came directly from local parents and caregivers who recognized that this is such a unique time to be caring for children and that we all deserve support to stay resilient. Opportunities for parents to connect with each other or with trusted community programs have shifted so much in the last 10 months. And with such big changes being put into place for how programs can offer services, we really have lost a lot of connection to many of the spaces where we used to be able to gather and talk through what was going well or not so well, and to get connections to good information on new skills or available resources. And so Allcare Health and the other partners behind this campaign hope that the opportunity for parents to see and hear stories from other local caregivers will really normalize what so many of us are facing and inspire curiosity about small shifts we can make to show up for our families and to take care of ourselves.
So going off of that, sounds like this is a really important campaign right now. Todd, can you kind of talk to why that is?
Oh, sure. We've been working for the last about 5 years on how adversity impacts families in those developmental stages, all the way through to adulthood, how it impacts our health. But with a global pandemic, this is an extraordinary time, as we all know. And there's, I would say, kind of a global depression that's sort of just pushing down on all of us. We don't know what to do all the time. We're not designed to be this way. We're designed to be in a relationship and to connect with people and to do those normal activities. And when we can't do them, this really impacts our bodies. So this resilience campaign, it couldn't be at a better time to just help everybody else just be a little more resilient through this dark time.
And this campaign is in both English and Spanish. Susan, tell us why you guys made this choice.
Absolutely. The diversity in our community is such a strength. And our plan to feature parents speaking in both English and Spanish was developed to ensure that the campaign supports as many families in our community as possible. Allcare is so grateful to our partners at the Southern Oregon Early Learning Services Hub for their contribution to this work. It's really because of them that we'll be able to produce messages that will be shared on Telemundo for the Spanish-speaking families in our community. And throughout the campaign, viewers will get to know Kristen Hosfeld of the Grants Pass School District as our English-speaking spokesperson, and the amazing Nancy McInnes of Jackson Care Connect as our Spanish-speaking spokesperson. Really, these two local professionals, they're also mothers, and we know that these two women will bring a unique ability to relate to the viewers as they introduce each new parent featured in the campaign.
Susan, Todd, thank you. We'll check back in with more with you guys after the commercial break. Welcome back to our 5 on 5 today. We are joined with Allcare Health, Susan Fischer-Maki, and the Grants Pass School District's Todd Bloomquist. We are talking about Raising Resilience campaign. Todd, tell us a little bit more of the idea of resilience and what it is that this campaign is working to support in families.
Absolutely. Well, for sure, everybody has their own form of resilience. So everybody's tolerances are better or worse depending on the situation. So it's very variable. But we like to think about resilience as a very simple concept that anybody can work up to. And this idea that when you come up against things that are difficult, this ability to bounce back from it, that's what resilience is. Life is going to be complicated. Life is going to be filled with stressors. But throughout those stressors, those things that kind of hit you in the face sometimes, they sometimes drop you to your knees, that ability to bounce back and just get back up again. It's a super critical skill. It's actually one that we can teach everybody. So even if you don't feel resilient, you can actually learn how to be resilient.
So Todd, why don't you talk to us a little bit about how people can learn to be resilient? There's little actions that they could do every day, right?
Yeah, it's actually very simple, and it's like, don't overthink it, right? It's the simple things like drinking more water. And that sounds absolutely silly. Like, what's that have to do with resilience? It actually has a lot to do with how your body handles stress. It needs to be hydrated. So I have to set little reminders for myself to just get drinks throughout the day. Mindfulness, just taking long walks, comfortable walks, and also listening to music. Those are just great ways to just relax yourself and be mindful and to be resilient.
I love that. And Susan, really quickly, just to wrap it up for us here, what can parents and caregivers expect to see and hear in 2021?
Well, the campaign has launched and our introduction messages are airing now, both on KOBI and Telemundo. These are a great way for parents in Southern Oregon and Northern California to meet our spokeswomen, Kristen and Nancy, and to hear a little bit more about how they can participate in raising resilience. We're also hard at work behind the scenes, partnering with local organizations and parents to prepare our first full campaign messages that will feature inspiring stories and current resources directly from parents that live right here in our community. Really, at the end of all of this, we hope that the viewers tuning into the campaign's messages will be reminded of all the wisdom that they already have and discover a few new ways to navigate this unique time by building their parenting skills and staying connected to each other.
All right, Todd and Susan, thank you so much for joining us today. It really sounds like a necessary campaign right now. We'll be right back.